Hello, my name is Mario Sasenti.
And I'm Alex McIntosh, and we're going to be doing a demo of the employee self-service.
So diving into the demo here, as you can see and as we talked about in our team presentation, our application was hosted in the Firebase tool developed by Google. That means that as you can see in the URL here above, we use an SSL certificate with Firebase, and we pretty much have a Firebase URL to demo our application and to host it. So this is the login page that we developed. Pretty much takes basic email address and a password as a username and password for a user to be able to log in or register into the application. Other than that, we have some neat functionalities for users to retrieve their email address or to reset their password. So I'm going to go in and actually register a new user as a use case scenario. So upon clicking on registration, you have to enter a valid email address, a valid password, which is also going to be sanitized based on our requirements of having at least 8 characters, one uppercase letter character, and a special character, as you can see here. Use first name and password for the username, and also a phone number. All of these inputs are sanitized, so as you can see here, the phone number is not going to let you enter any letters, and it's going to be restricted to 10 different digits that the user can enter. So is the email and the password. So if all this information is correct, and the user clicks on next, they're going to be pretty much sent to a screen that's going to display 3 security questions that they can choose from. If they click confirm without choosing specific questions or specific answer, an error is going to pop up. So they have to use different questions basically, which we're going to do right now. And they also have to pretty much answer all of these security questions if they wish to register an account. Upon clicking confirm, pretty much an email is going to send to the user saying that, hey, you have to verify your account and that we just sent a verification email for that account. So you have to verify your email in order to be able to log in first. So if we try to log in with that email without having verified our account first, it's not going to let us log in. It's going to display a message, as you can see here, if we try to log in, saying that we basically have to verify the account before we can log in for the first time, as you can see above. So let's go here into the email inbox and see the email that I was talking about that will let you verify your account. So as you can see here, it's pretty much going to let you follow a link, and that link is going to again prompt you to a message going to say that your email has been verified. After that happens, then you successfully have registered your account and you can log in. But before we do that, I'm going to demo just the use case of a user forgetting their password and trying to log in with the new password that they create. So they just have to enter the email address that they used to register for the account, which we do here right now. And if that's a valid account under their email address, then they're going to pretty much get an email similar to the one that they got before, saying that, and we're going to go with the email inbox again, saying that they have to reset the password for the specific account if they want to. So let's reset the password for this new account that we created. We're going to save the new password. And as you can see, the password was changed. We're going back in the application, and before logging in, we'll demo 2 more features. So let's enter the old password that's not actually that was actually changed. And upon logging in, we'll see that we get a message displaying an invalid email address and or password because we entered the old password that was first used when the account was created before we changed the password. Now, if the user by any means forgets their email address, we have another functionality for them to use, and they just have to click on forgot email address and enter the phone number under which the account was created. And if that phone number is a correct phone number that they register with, they'll then get a message saying that they have to answer one of the security questions that was used in the answer that was used to create the account. So upon logging in here, we're going to use the new password that was reset, like we showed you before. And Alex is going to pretty much talk about the rest of the landing pages that the user would see upon logging in.
Alright, so the first page you're taken to is lands you on the profile page by default. You can see here a lot of the fields are not filled in by the user yet. All you can see is the phone number and the email associated with the account. So if you enter in different phone numbers, it'll save into the database, and these two are also error checked and automatically formatted so users can't enter in invalid phone numbers. You can also put in the title and pay rate for the account. So once you hit save, these changes will be added into the database, and you can see that over here. If you look at our users, the test demo account, they have a compensation of what we put in, 9.5, and the numbers we put in. So coming back here, you can also upload an image to your profile. So once you hit this icon, you can go through your files to upload a photo, and then those two will be added into Firebase. The next page we have is timesheets. This is where the main functionality of the employee self-service comes from. Basically, they have a timesheet that they will have to fill out, and these dates are pulled dynamically, so they're always updated. And we use the start date and end date of the week to associate this time card within Firebase for data retrieval. So entering in numbers will give you a total hour count at the bottom of the page. Even if you leave input boxes blank, they'll automatically fill with 0. And if there's invalid inputs, you'll receive a error message saying to fix the input. So we'll put 9 here and 3, and then just to show you that they will automatically be set to 0 if they're left blank, and that they become disabled once you submitted the timesheet. Once you submit it, you'll be shown these graphs that visualize the data that the user has put in. This first graph just shows a visualization of the hours worked per week. So this user worked mostly on Friday as compared to the other dates, and you can see as the week went on, the amount of hours climbed. And this bottom graph is a projected amount of hours paid. So for this case, the user worked a total amount of 32 hours. For this system, lunch breaks are automatically taken out of each shift. So half an hour will be deducted for shifts that have more than 6 hours. So the projected paid hours are 30.5. And these graphs are fluid and add some unique characteristics to our website that offers users an intuitive experience. We also have a summary page that shows a summary of timesheets. So you can see in the timesheet we submitted this week, we had a total of 4 shifts. You can see the paid and total hours, along with the hours worked for each day for that week.
So I'm gonna ask Alex to log out now, and we'll show you a different, pretty much visualization of the summary page using a different account, just so you guys have a better idea of how different weeks will look on a summary page with different timesheets that have more information. So I'll log into a different account now using different credentials. So if you can just bear with me 1 second. So upon logging in here, we have a different user account. Basically with different profile information, that stands to show that we can pretty much manage user sessions and stuff like that. So they'll have this different user information. They'll also have different timesheet information. For example, this user, when we submitted this timesheet for the user for the latest week, we submitted as 0 hours for every day. So that means that they haven't worked at all this week. So when you go to the summary page, as you can see here, the current week has a total shifts, paid hours, and total hours of 0. And also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to have pretty much no hours in because we haven't entered any hours. So I'm going to demo that You can see here in the timesheet summary. But we can also click on the previous timesheets that were submitted, and that's why I actually wanted to show. So for the previous weeks, so for this week, for example, for the week between April 17th through April 23rd, we worked 3 total shifts. We actually worked 3 total shifts with paid hours of 6 and total hours of 6. And then for this other week, we had paid hours of 6, but the total hours were 10. And you can see like a breakdown of each pretty much amount of hours that were worked for each individual day. Another neat pretty much thing that we functionality that we developed in our application was user and cookie session. So as you can see, like pretty much for security purposes, although we use SSL certificates, a user can copy and paste the link into another browser and without logging in. So we pretty much ensured that that wouldn't happen and that wouldn't let them log into a different browser. So I'll show you, for example, we use Google Chrome here. I'm going to use Safari to copy and paste the same, pretty much the same URL into Safari and see if that works. So because we implemented user cookie sessions, if we want to go in and actually see the user details in Safari with the URL posted from Google Chrome, and as I'm going to show you guys right now, we're not going to be able to do that because the application is pretty much, and I'll show you this again, it's going to land to a page where it says URL not found, and it's going to then redirect you to the login page. Another neat feature, kind of incorporating the same thing, is the fact that if the user pretty much exits the current tab that they're in the same browser, but they open it again and they type in the same thing, they're going to be able to actually go in without having to log in again into the same thing. But if they actually close out the browser, the same thing that happened in Safari is going to happen. Starting.
Another feature we have implemented is having a website and database updated in real time. So for this case, we're going to remove this timesheet to simulate an administrator assisting an employee with removing their time card so that they can resubmit it. So we remove the timesheet from the database. And then if we go back to our website, you can see that all the graphs and data is gone and that our current timesheet is no longer in the summary. So if we enter in new values, we'll have a new card timesheet submitted with updated graphs, and then our timesheet will be back in the database.
So that's about all we had for you guys. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed your demo. Our project was sponsored by Sageti, and the contributors for this project were pretty much us, Mari Sacinti, Alex McIntosh, and we had other 2 group members that contributed as well, Reese Warman and Anthony Mace.
Thank you.